Ebusua memo akwaba edo be ye PhD TV. Ebusua de makacho se ye Ghana manyosma etwogu. Hot political update. And I'm the bedroom or platform we eso atiase anything about politics, any news bia ubenya e platform we eso. Sanso na nsema hodo fa ye papa. Honorable Kennedy Akomplekon Ohene Agyapong bema ba. Ai bema ba chese chese full week ni na ye discuss about ononko a. Atiase discussions ekoso bebia ye ononko a. What is it? Anas, Amesuari, and Ajuasafo. What is it? Choosing a yeba me over Kennedy Japan. Aha, Kennedy dear. Charlie Stona, the Dini Kwane, Dindian Danda. What is it? Aha, Dini and Danda. The Nihnaso a positive. If it's a yame etiase. Kennedy Japan yame etiase. Sabe Pepe. The young supporters in the supporters, you know. Of Kennedy Akomplekon in Japan there. Ya be muda because the last time in fact ya party ya metia no all cannot sibhwe me in fact me kan ne kora saa wu na minim se ne kora kamu no wo mbe time in fact ne kora se na asem no kan ya no mdi oka what ya say ne mmom nti emama bomumbu na no so no ankasa no o ya de na se onye wie no hu se good result aba in fact yana on give up nti still na we are still fighting ebusua anas arome ya wanas ene ye papa na bo Kennedy Akomplekon in Japan case ni dia ka kire m say hey jury no on conclude bibiala efise after say jury krampo aka bibi no gise san ekokosi eye judges na omo yi jury say jury bla na beboaye na yen kan asem we no san ko judge no eho na judge no ankasa e ma fa na eye verdict ebusua another which say news as pop it up every eye papa say no lawyers no ankasa eho ade aba betudwa na ndey no ekwan bia so ye ogidie so bekasa ifisa no pa na de betum dwa se honorable Kennedy Akomplekon in Japan epeso address issue no ifisa no court no so ti obi watiase the lawyers no kan no so edina no resem kakra de atudwa na ndey nkwanhye sem owo edema the supporters union of honorable Kennedy Akomplekon in Japan ye no saa no watiase entiabuso mmekwengo tie nsema lawyer no ekan
they say Kennedy Agyapong ye buano aten ana ye buano aten.
Okay, I think the kind I don't know if you actually done for if you say ya tumwa no ya kofi temno sa sense for you quite me no e faso bu aten the kind of be out to more for no for bet na say no fa Ghana mba nchihye ya ye faso bu aten no bu aten and I say obefa abuafo na from jury na for so Addo na so say ye so jury na oti mo from one e match say on chair obo ekwan a obo faso enhwehwe mu and they say the evidence between anima kwan be no mo faso obo church be mo chair mu e mrambe na e wo so anima be na so go de ko agindwe mu san be na obo chair mu na fi man sa show mu kiti say the more from that show say omudi subiano e also omudi so pepe it was more from we say we are we now asema ye Ghana's issue US court no we use jury system no and no the more from that show so we na mu ya mo kasa omu wa ye na mo be the court no e the verdict no and no the more from ni ho she na omu and omu de back. And so it's important to make a distinction. Now, we are saying the section by man and verdict bar, and yet conclusive enough. So, jury no econo for ginger and sample no banos you, and some are caught in the my shame against someone in safety. I guess a court no fast assembly. Now, Bonibeka or internal as a decision or a judgment of the court. Court may fight the kind of adoption. Also, court may just ask them. No court man can say it seems so. Say we in a year Muaya court at the Bible too. In such matters, the court necessarily has to take the verdict and enter it as a decision of the court or a judgment of the court. Anything short of this via every judgment. It said, pay attention to some of the arguments I know on social media. Which is the Professor Koko Asare. The post of a lot of conversation. He was very specific, saying the jury in the SS court has awarded a verdict of 18 million against Kennedy Agyapong. One can say the court has awarded a judgment of. In some time, I think that those distinctions are key. And there he has said, there is no judgment against Agyapong. Legally speaking, there is no judgment against him. Now, the U.S. laws say, yeah, awarded damages against you, are both say, what can do this or can not, we can say, could change to get in part. There is this legal principle I find remedy so. And what you say, your ball can of course, and man of my point says, we did this as I can, a bullish soon far. Who cannot catch a court and say, the idea to me, so idiot. I say, no, solution of a taboo, I can soon a jack. Where the mother will do, one session money. Court meet national, no one should share, no shine. The entire my US 45 principle, never any say, oh, your case in the normal system where you have a judge sitting on the case, he is guided by the rules of law, the facts, and all legal principles. But in a jury system, the jurors are not necessarily making their decision based on the rules of law or the specific provisions of law. For example, say if they are judge or making an award against your bishop that may decide. Or they make specific awards, for example, if they are for the road traffic offense, causing harm to other road users and everything. And running saying a 20,000 penalty and a 100 penalty unit. Penalty that could be a 12 cities. So he will multiply that by that. But a jury can make some decisions no matter how outrageous they are. And now, at the end of the day, the whole jury system is built around the perception that jurors may form every until they represent the larger society, until their feelings are that of the larger society. And sometimes they may go overboard kakra. So, for example, when a judge is bidding command, they'll tell you there was this case, I think it happened in Ashanti region, and we are 4 million and about a Kubako. So it's another case. Fact, we say another case. Now, judge no any jury now call you the expectation is that they will come up with a guilty verdict. But the star witness in the case and somehow or catch a jury and say, we say about time we bay or condemn when it is not that the boy has not committed murder, but the woman is appealing to the emotions of the jurors. And jury system is say, oh dear, you know how to appeal to the emotions of jurors. Oftentimes you can have a decision going your way. It's Mahama but now the Baba the Kofi Ahone and the customer. If it's a matter before the judge will decide here. The judge will go strictly according to what the law says. Section 29, Section 30, and then Omokafa Medaho and sentence again, life imprisonment, death sentence, whatever it is. That is what the judge will do. But a jury has to now come up and say the person is guilty or not guilty. Or someone is the judge is leaving who should be. And they are not making that decision necessarily on rules of law. At best, they will do so based on the facts available. If we are not a jury system, sometimes, example, the U.S. court, any journalist who goes to a U.S. court for defamation is likely to win, dependent on the kind of arguments that the person makes. If the arguments announced made in the U.S. court, he created the impression that in Ghana, some people are above the law, especially politicians. this is a statement that will appeal to every single juror in the United States or any part of the Western world, whether it is true or not. Because I mean, we're all here when even President Trump was held before legal processes and all of that.
Right.
So before a jury, you have the chance to, you can even be manipulated and get away with it. Jurors are sentimental. It is all profile jurors who say, we have neighbor, we Christian, we say, you know how to play with your arguments to get them to give you the kind of.
But George, and no dear, no yellow juma. Obviously, some quarter. We can't so be making an argument, but superior arguments in the Bewini. I'm sure, sir. Agyapong Nankasa, it's me the necessity in the book and say me Biwusika, I'm going to pick the best lawyers, underline best lawyers.
Yeah.
I'm very sure, say the best lawyers now Agyapong Jubilate. Omunim all those things say they are during the say it here. Inti say one ka wasemia you be buetia because honestly I'm saying this because the ama excitement in Nabano may not be necessary because of Agyapong, but the other excitement ni be quiet to say anke Ghana ha kebe frustrated system na ma wan hwe nkra na se nipa no kwa obi bi ma na odifa na ko problem and a case study could be yemfa say you can JB Dankwa MP. Look how many years in ye yentimi nyai but dey na nka ya bochira keti na aso mu se odifa na say odibem obi betime dey na sama kokoto ha ni a frustrated na ye nyina ya victim pay ye be frustrated na afi no is it not something that there's at least a court system now? We need to work on that.
No, I think that comparison is a wrong one. First and foremost, if in fact a jury case and compare a street case where it is an indictment proceeding, a wrong comparison. The motives are very, very different. I have to say, will be a percent of compare a radio show host by his ability to write. It's not necessarily the thing. Now, Obama Machine, the kind of the example you made, JJB Dankwa example, let's even stick with that example. It is a murder case. Doing a murder case in Ghana, doing a murder case in US, there are things that would help you. But generally, there are some principles that would guide you. Every murder case, there are two ways of assessing evidence. There is what we call the preponderance of probability and a balance of probability. So, we are putting things together to suggest that there is a likelihood something happened, or there is a likelihood that something did not happen. You can say, oh, we did test the idea, and now, but you are quite easy to say murder. It comes under what you call proof beyond reasonable doubt. And also to share evidence so you cannot compare these two situations. Now you get back to even the jury process. Now I mentioned earlier, say the judge or the court instructs the jury on exactly what to do. If the jury in any way deviates from that specific instruction, it becomes a ground for mistrial, which is one of the contending issues before the court now. Now, court, jury, first and foremost, the jury was supposed to decide, say, Agyapong, are you guilty and are you guilty of the issues that have been brought before the court. Now, the second thing the jury was supposed to do is, so one will say, or guilty, yeah, then we should assess actual damage. Actual damages are in Germany. Beyond that, you should also assess defamatory damages. Now, no one is away in a court with the man with all yet. The court set a different base. So Baba Bishia to come and assess what we call punitive damages. Punitive damages means say, was it of an aggravated nature? maybe an abroad so Nipano or they could do the benefit or they could do an abibisa. Court, you know, a bar as a case of Baby as a security damages. The jury now, so the court asked the jury, says, on this you have to assess punitive damages. The jury now says that, oh, the OCA, now on the Friday, now last Friday, you know, he has said, actual damages at $5 million, compensatory damage at $5 million, and punitive damages at $8 million. Meaning, I want to one about 18 million. And then, the defense counsel, Agyapong, raised the issue that this is grounds for mistrial because instruction of court with the jury, it appears that Omojima is so now, if you listen to the video now circulating now, the judge in acknowledging the verdict of the jury indicated that he was going to, and before that he had mentioned that he will not take oral submission for mistrial. He will take oral submission. When the judge feels that the matters are weightier, the better choice say come on the record. You have to come with a written submission or written motion. The judge told them say on the issue of mistrial, he was not going to entertain an oral submission. So the parties should come with a written submission. And then Agyapong's lawyers have taken steps to file the written submission. Now when that is done, court will 30 days to determine the issue of mistrial. Two things are going to happen.